realize that most of the time, what the skill killer name, represents is a lot of things. It's almost like having the perfect skill. And when I realize it, it takes a lot to go behind that. So I have to be humble in knowing that that's what my name was dubbed. Perfection is not easy to reach, but I would like to grasp and like to think that the skill killer name means the perfect innate ability to be able to assess the perfect words for the perfect rhythm cadence pattern in writing poetry or rap. Skill killer just means I took the time out to polish the skills in that. And it also means I can listen for another artist, another rapper's entertainment wise. And if he says something that attracts me, if he or she say something that attracts me, I am able to yet then take that little part of their style or cadence and show them how it actually would sound better if they said it this way. Now I'm going to do these all throughout my raps, all throughout the verses, all throughout the lyrics. The fun thing is to see if people can detect it. That's why, hip hop and rap and the arts of it is still so young. It's just finally starting to get the credit that is due. And maybe that's due to the quality of lyrics that's pretty much been downtrodden in the last decade or so, or decade plus. But there's people out there who still appreciate the quality of putting lyrics together in witty ways, putting thought into it, making it fun. So there'll be little bits of this throughout Fun Rap Skills Training. When going into the new year, 2026, I should think of some fun ways to keep the people interested. There's a ton of, and more power to them, there's a ton of individuals on platforms, social platforms, with their own ways of trying to teach people how to count, and maybe how to count measures, and how to repeat phrases that rhyme in the middle of sentences and with the sentence that they said 3 measures back, if you understand what I'm saying. But this is an example. And you have to be careful when you're doing this, and this has to be quick, because there's going to be little skits of this throughout. Now, here's an example. It's as easy as this. I don't care what the song is about. This is just for the pattern. Or the verse is about. This is for the pattern. And this, just for instance, this paragraph can be said in a million different ways, but it's fun. It says here, black and white cops. When I'm through with it, I'll sacrifice y'all. Keep your new niggas from my people. Y'all selling garbage. Rap music ain't supposed to look like Chico DeBarge. MC Ren and Eazy-E went and told Ronald Reagan, say your police been doing a whole lot of hating. And then I ate a whole apple last night. It's hard for me to all the grapple gas prices. That's what we've been told. Okay, now this is like saying too much. And if you say less, it's actually funner. Or it sounds better. It's not funner. It sounds better, but it doesn't challenge you. So the tricky part's in just saying that, and I'll just do the last part. If you notice, I said a bunch of stuff you probably didn't even really hear, but you probably heard some significant names or something like that. I was just referring to Eazy-E and MC Ren back in the 90s, late 80s and 90s, going to see when Ronald Reagan was in office, going to the White House to have dinner with Ronald Reagan. I'm not sure if Ice Cube went, but I know that Dr. Dre, Yella, Eazy-E, and Ren went, I'm pretty sure. And when they went, you know, they were sitting there eating with Ronald Reagan. I don't know what they said, but I'm sure they probably asked him about the police because they were having flack about they fucked the police song around that time, I think. Anyway, so I said, and now I have to edit this out, but I said, okay, I plan on doing this before the night stops. Whatever I said before that, oh, right through the shit till your eyes pop. I plan on doing this before the night stops. Go ahead and call black, brown, and white cops. When I'm through with it, I'll sacrifice y'all. Keep you new niggas from my people, because you sell garbage. Rap music ain't supposed to be like Chico or El DeBarge. MC Ren and Eazy-E told Ronald Reagan, the police is doing a whole lot of hating. Souls. Hey, I ate an apple last night. He offered me to grapple gas prices. Now this, how you say this without all that crap? Look, so cops been doing a whole lot of hating. And in the meantime, I ate a whole apple last night. It's hard for me to hold grapple gas price ain't worth its weight in gold. See, this is the kind of stuff that I'm looking for when I listen to a rapper. I'm not sure if everybody even sees it like me, but I'm a real skilled snare drum player, a snare percussionist. I can read snare drum, percussion music, and piano music, and I practice, you know, all the time. I keep up on that. And, you know, with that, I hear syllables in patterns. So with me, I could hear the beat, what it's doing, and I try to put my words in between it at all times, you know, while all at the same time skipping it at the same time. So my words, even my emphasis on the ends of words and the beginnings of words, are all formed and mapped around the hi-hats, the open hi-hats, the bass drums, the sounds of all in the beat. And if people don't listen for stuff like that, then they'll never even hear it. It's neither here nor there. But there are people out there who do listen for stuff like that. And that's what Fun Rap Skills Training is all about in 2026. Let's go, I'll show you. Anyway, I'll cut right there. And here's another example. I don't even know how much time I got left. I see the red light still on, the time still ticking. I'll do some editing. I noticed that some of my videos, when I make them, I just make them just to keep the episodes going and the juices flowing. I'll have bad lighting. I don't care what the surroundings look like. I notice a lot of people care about stuff like that. It doesn't really matter as long as you can hear me and understand what I'm saying. Fun Rap Skills Training is a platform, a show that I set up on a platform just to, you know, give people skills, ideas for skills and ideas to use. Simple as that. A lot of rappers may not even care about this. It's not concerning to them at all. Later in the future, if you're sitting at a panel with rappers who do care about this, it could come up. So let's see how much knowledge we have, how much practice and training we have on these type of things. Trust me, you won't go wrong in the debate or the freestyle scrimmage. And it's easy when you've been doing it for over 25 years. Rap is only 50 years old, done, you know, pretty much. And I'm 4 years old in it. And I've been doing it since I was, 13. If you do the math. So the OGs who originally started honing their skills back when rap was based around who is the best lyricist. This is the dynamic OGs who've done rap ever since gangbanging was popular. This is important to us. It's always been. So to say that you're going to be better than me or be able to defeat me in a rap scrimmage is going to be very difficult. I don't care, young, new, older, or brand new. I'm going to destroy you. And I'm going to make it a point to. I will pull out some of my best tactics and ideas that I've been training over for decades. And you will not You will not defeat me. So that's the goal of the rapper who actually cared about that. Ask LL Cool J. I'm sure he had some of those thoughts. Even Kumo D probably had some of those thoughts. I'm sure Cannabis had those thoughts. You know, these are battle-based rappers. If you tried Eminem, he would probably pull things out of the toolbox that you would not even sound like he came from another planet. Now, these are the kind of things that's important to lyricists, right? I know rappers and artists who are very, very successful who could do this, and I'm sure they even think about it, but it doesn't concern them. But to get back to the grit and the grime and the meat of it all, this is the basis of it. Fun Rap Skills Training is based around the skills to defeat your opponent. Your opponent is always there. It's not non-existent. You new rappers, you think that it's not a competition. Let's just do this, man. We're going to be a millionaire tomorrow. No. There's a lot more to that. You don't jump in the freaking Olympic swim pool and think you can, be the fastest, best swimmer. So, well, unless you're that guy in Alabama. But, no, really, though. Seriously, though. You don't jump in the water with the fish and think you can swim just as fast and good as them. It's not going to work. So it doesn't happen overnight. So in the meantime, you got all these experienced rap artists that are out there cringing when these guys do the most simple patterns, yet say the most simple words and the most easiest thing to say. And since the dynamic has been changed from battle rap mentality to I don't really care mentality, oh God, trust me, the quality of it just sucks overall. If you to take those beats out, take all the flash, glamour, and glitz out, and just put the rapper there and the stuff that he's saying, it'll be like the worst unarticulate nursery rhyme phrases from the least literate people in the room. And that's just the truth of it. Now, do you care about that stuff or do you not? And Fun Rap Skills Training is a series, so to speak, put together for those kind of things. So you guys with your rap shows, you can have flashing lights behind you. You can have $1 million in your set. It's not gonna matter. What's gonna matter is the way you put these words on these papers and the consistency you do it. I have come to realize about 20 years ago that I can't help it. I will be walking around, I'm like a thesaurus or a freaking Encyclopedia Britannica or Wikipedia. I will just continue, it just doesn't stop to come up with phrases, words, and stuff that's catchy, fun. It's therapeutic for me. So the chances of you being able to experience me in this, it's going to be little to none. You guys on that, 106 in Park, I remember that show or whatever, some of those shows that you guys are sitting up there rapping and out in the street and impressing each other because you're saying so much stuff about this person. But if you think about it, listen to the lyrics. Those lyrics are not relatable to the world. They're just relatable in a beef if you're just doing a little, let's call it a schoolyard, shoulder to shoulder, walking circle beef. That's not really impressive to me. I would destroy you guys. Your mama, she's standing over there with some big shoes. Fat man, did you get news? You little boy, you get the shit blues. You got boogers at your nose with them shit shoes. Dude, no, that's not gonna. Me, I could do that easily. It's nothing for me. And you got all these people going, ooh, yeah. What? All right. Okay, whatever that is worth, have fun with it. If you put KRS-One in there with you guys, I don't care if he's 65 and you're 24 and supposed to be the best rapper on earth. He will destroy you like as if he was putting a whole bunch of salad on the plate and he didn't want everything touching each other. It would be just like that for him. Just so you know. And as the years go by, you guys who want to try to put age limit and what the video looks like, you want to base that on the rapper's quality? I don't care. We're going to keep getting older and keep getting better. Until we die, the rappers who've been rapping ever since they were kids, if they care about this kind of thing, you don't have a snowball's chance in hell if you're a competitive rapper. Just so you know. And, and I mean, I hate to be saying stuff about other rappers with their platforms and things like that are out there doing it, but most of y'all shit is corny. And that shit, I might as well go ahead and say it. There's a lot of things that's been accepted by people who don't know. And just like I said, I did a segment on what's called the innocent listener. The innocent listener, he or she is totally, completely innocent. That's why they're called the innocent listener. Their passion is not, the way he rapped that word way back in the first paragraph, and now he just freaking rhymed it way down here. I mean, that takes a level of listening to rap music that some people may have, some people just don't care about. I think the majority of people are not caring about it, but I'm going to tell you what helps that along. What helps that along is the dumbing down of the art. The dumbing down of the art. And I'm in a competitive sport, so just like snare drumming. I told one of the drummers in one of my bands one time, I said, I would destroy you on drums. And I guess he took it as, well, I've been playing the drum set all my life. There's no way this lead singer, he's the lead vocalist in my band, he shouldn't even be concerned with it. No, dude, I have played snare drum ever since I was in the 6th grade. It's been a competitive sport to me the whole time. Shortly after that, I started writing lyrics. Well, first I started reading the newspaper. I'm telling you my secrets. I started reading the newspaper and learning so many different words, so many different ways they could be said, so many different ways words can be punctuated to mean something. I basically incorporated writing words into writing percussion music. The way I use my punctuations, or lack thereof, tells me in my head where to pause, how long to pause, where to cut a beat in a half note, where to cut the raps that I'm saying into 16th notes and things like that. Some people do it because you've heard the last guy do it. Are you genuinely doing it because that's what your heart tells you to do, though? There's a lot of factors that comes into when you're calling yourself the skill killer, for one, and then you're aiming to teach people lots of different ways to just rap. In the end of the day, it's simply just art, rap, and it can be fun all across the board and all across the world. But it's important for me that people in the world know that rap didn't just start with the most simplest way you can say rap music. It started with who is the best. And that's the basis of this entire culture. As you dumb that down, then you're ultimately offering that it can be the easiest and dumbest and most illiterate that it can sound. But this is nothing against these people. Hey, I know people that became multi-millionaires and damn near billionaires because they didn't really care about that. When they came out, the era switched, and there were maybe one credible, qualified, lyricist in the whole group of maybe 4 artists or 5 artists. You'd have one dude that was super tight. And then the rest of them go down. And as the Soul Rhythm Soldiers, I was in a 4-frontman rap band who were exceptional. And our styles were completely different, and we constantly competed with each other. Every time we wrote verses and songs, we competed with each other so much. I know in my head I did, and I know Stingray the Renegade did. Sometimes in songs it would be hard to get back to the essence of the song because now we're trying to compete with each other in how flashy our verses sound or how intricate they sound. Like I said, at least I was, that you got to then turn around and then dumb it back down kind of to stay on topic, stay on subject. Your verse is only a matter of measures. You only get one time to do it in a song. That verse is supposed to be as one, as a band. It's a perfect rap group. And we were exceptional. We were exceptional in the region where we were coming out of. We were exceptional in the region where we were from. We were exceptional in any region for that matter because we always challenged each other. And if you beat each other while you're writing, if you're thinking you're better than each other while you're writing, how is anybody else going to compete with you guys? You're doing this all the time. It's the basis of your lyrics. It's the basis of your lyrics. It's the most important thing to you. And I know that still exists. Okay, so this is Fun Rap Skills Training It'll be episode 5. 4 and 5 is the next 2 episodes that I have to make. And let's go. Fun rap skills training with Black Duck, the skill killer. 2026. I mean, it's already freaking damn near Thanksgiving. I mean, New Year's is going to be coming up soon. And this must continue. The quality will show through. When I was playing in percussion, I had a number of different drum leaders, or what you would call them, drum majors or percussion trainers. And you know, there's competitions and stuff that snare drum percussionists go to. And just like I said, to me, snare drum cadence, if you're really good at it and you're experienced at it, you can incorporate that to rap lyrics and the patterns all the time. You could be in a room where everybody's not really, you know, you've all accepted the fact that you guys are tight. You're not battle rappers. That's the essence of rap. You guys are tight, but you're not battle rappers. And one guy who's thinking about this, he's gonna start getting known for being better, or even at least caring about it. That's how I became the skill killer. That's how I became Ducky D the Spice. That's how I became the controller of the rap ciphers and coming up, right? It came to where there was nobody better than me in my towns. In my towns, I had defeated all the circles. Me and Stingray the Renegade defeated all the circles. You couldn't beat us. Okay? So this is the mentality I keep. I keep that mentality. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much time has passed. As long as you keep that mentality, there's no way you're going to be able to compete with me on current events. You're a kid. You may not be, with the mentality of rap only has a certain amount of years for the artist. That's a bad mentality to have. It is definitely inaccurate. It is poor to have that mentality, and it limits you as a rap artist. And when you think about one of our first genres, rock and roll, there is no time limit, age limit, look barrier, age barrier, female or male, what gender, it doesn't matter. Those things don't matter. They don't matter in music. You can't make a classic record if you're always thinking about, hey man, I may be too old to do this. This music ain't supposed to be, we're not supposed to be that old doing it. Cut that mentality out of your head. Are you too old to have a passion at painting? When are you going to be too old for that? Maybe you like to cook. Are you going to be too old for it one day? Are you going to get bored with your passions one day? I don't think so. You don't get bored with passion. That's not something you can get bored with. That's not something that has age. You can take a break from it if you want. I thought I could take a break from performing and doing concerts and doing shows. I cannot. I have bands in place. I've done concerts with all kinds of different bands, wrote songs and released projects with all, you name it. And I would still like to think that I can still call these guys up for a harp sound that's played authentically in a song, or an idea pattern, or just to talk, shoot the shit on this genre or this type of dynamic, because it doesn't stop. Did you think Mick Jagger thinks that one day he's going to be, he thought when he was 20 that one day he was going to be too old to be accepted to make music? Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I'm sure he didn't, because they're touring they're touring now like as if they were just starting out. And it's damn near 2026. And they're packing stadiums. I said this to somebody one time when I was a kid. And I almost developed that mentality and put barriers on people in rap music. I was like, and they were obviously clearly already there. They were at least intelligent enough to think about things. And they said, well, those guys, they said, you guys are going to be shit. I even heard it twice. I've heard it all kinds of different ways. I heard a person say that something that was so cool. They said, it could happen for you guys. You guys have done everything that you could do locally You know what I'm saying? And internationally, you've done everything you could do. You're the best. You're very good. You practice all the time, and you care about this stuff, right? It's very good. You guys could be 40 or 45 before you even known. Man, there's billions of people on earth, dude. There's billions of people on earth. Hip hop and rap is the number one culture, and pretty much our culture is the number one culture worldwide. We've surpassed our own genres of music once again. These are the things that protect our music, experience-wise. So you can be inexperienced, but just love to do it, and it will show. You can be inexperienced and not that good of a rap artist, or don't really care about this kind of stuff. It's not really concerning to you, but somebody in your crew is, somebody in your circle will be. And it does not have an age limit. It does not have age barriers. So the story is, one person has told me, some people have said, you guys could be 45 before you start making your point in the rest of the world. Some people said the reason why you guys you might fall behind is because if you're comparing yourself to other people, other rap artists who are already out there in the world and known in the world, they were already out there. So by the time you guys get there, your ages will make it to where you're just too old to do it. You guys are too old to do shows. Rap is not going to last that long. See, that's that mentality. The mentality of rap music, culture, the dynamic is not going to last that long. It's a poisoning and stunting, stopping, halting mentality. It disables you and your ability to. Rap music it can always change and evolve. It can morphosize or metamorphosize all the time. It's prefabricating. The entire time it's evolving. It's magical, right? It's just like poetry or painting art, spray painting art. Any of these arts that people have passions with, they can't help it. Flying a kite, hell, I don't care. But making your chinny shoe strings patterns, whatever people, eating toilet paper, whatever people have passions to do, you'll find that it's difficult to not do, right? It's difficult whether the rest of the world is blue or green or not, whether the rain is pain, doesn't matter. Your passion is, one of your passions is sharpening your rap skill abilities. Hence, the skill killer. If you listen closely, you will hear artists from the beginning of time, rap artists. You will hear rock and roll band styles from the beginning of time, all throughout my songs and music. I have tons of material, literally on tons of platforms, everywhere. I sprinkled that shit like as if I was sprinkling seasonings wildly on food. So don't be surprised if you see Black Duck, the Skill Killer, Ducky D, Soul Rhythm Soldiers, the Black Clan Records, LC, Stingray, the Renegade. You're going to start seeing our family members, our nephews and nieces and shit. They're sprinkling all over their fucking industry, right? Under wraps. We would prefer it like this. We've always been independent in our mind state and entrepreneurs, and then we would prefer it like that. You see anybody starving or hurting? Thank you. We all have separate careers and these passions. I am one of the artists that still have these passions, and DJ Chill has these passions because he was in a band who demanded this type of competitive attitude and this competitive sport mentality. He was a DJ, the best, in a circle of rappers who thought they were the best, right? So to even get on the stage with a microphone, if you're a DJ, it's like getting on stage with a microphone if you're the drummer or the bass guitar player, okay? You're going to get kicked your asses. Now you're in a battle, all right? See, I don't care how much we love you, you have crossed the line in this battle, okay? So unless you can do that, prove it, and then prove it to other people until they start saying it, I am undefeated. I'm undefeated in Canada. I'm undefeated in the United States as far as I'm concerned. Now, I give credit where credit is due, but nobody's challenged me to this yet. It's going to be more than just, oh man, I can destroy this old cat in 2 minutes. It's going to be more than that. Imagine yourself in, what's that shit, Maze Runner, skip trials, or some shit like that, some corny shit like a soap opera or a wrestling match, it's going to continue. Rap is like chess, more rather than checkers. It's like football. It could even be like baseball. This is how rap is. This is why the first rappers are still relevant to this day. I mean, they're still relevant. A lot of you guys won't even know. You'll have to go on YouTube or something and research this. But there has been tons and tons and tons of rap artists. And if I was to awake all, like the vampire Lestat bringing all the other vampires out of hiding, if I was to awake them all, and I'm sure I have in the 4 or 5 years I've only been doing fun rap skills training. I'm sure I have, because I've seen it. I've seen you guys come back out of the woodwork. We got skilled lyricists that are in their more seasoned age ranges coming back and trying to show you guys that this is what this art was based around. This is just another genre of our culture that we created, and in intricate ways we have the right to do this. It's authorized. There's a difference between unauthorized and authorized display of our culture. Representation and misrepresentation. This shit is important. I don't know who told you that it wasn't. And if this is not recording, I'm going to be one of the most pissed off people of today. All right, so back to what I was saying. I'm going to show you guys, but I can't put it all on this. Shit probably ran out of recording already. I hope it didn't, and I'm going to be pissed off when I turn this around and it did. God damn it. The time's still ticking. That's 31 minutes. There's no way in hell I can hold a platform for 31 minutes in hopes that you guys will listen. It seems like the attention span has gotten shorter with rap music these days. Let me tell you something. That's acceptable only to a few degrees. That better be the fucking shortest, wonderfulest volcano eruption that I've ever seen in my life. And it better be followed up with another one, and followed up with another one, and followed up with another one. You get your ass in a room with Jadakiss, he's going to pick you apart like as if he was a fucking surgeon, a dick surgeon or a knee surgeon or something. Okay? These are the things that, and there's a ton of them. I can pull out the names day and date of the guys who I know will do this. Pick half or over half of the front men in the Wu-Tang Clan. Or Far Side. Hell, even Bone. These guys will probably destroy you and make you think that you might want to go back to the drawing board if it's in that competitive mentality. Okay? I mean, there's a ton of them. I hate to leave people out if they're listening and wondering if I'm going to say their name. Just know I know you. I know you. I know you because I studied this shit, man. This was important to me. I don't know what you got new rappers are studying. Maybe what the next rapper is wearing or what kind of car he's driving. Maybe that's what you guys study. This is not what I study. You can't, if I was a snare drum player competing in percussion all over the United States potentially, then I'm going to care how they're playing. I'm not going to care what they're wearing. I ain't going to care. I may even care what their drumsticks are decorated like because of how good they are, how sharp they are. That's what I'm going to pay attention. I'm not going to pay attention to what they look like before I pay attention to their skill level. So basically, if you do the math, add it up, put all the skill level, if you're thinking like this, you can just entertain me for a second. Put all your patterns, you're thinking like this. Put all your critical thinking here right now in front of you. Now think. Look around. Okay, what do you see? Turn on the TV. Whatever it takes. Just do this for a second. Right, and then come back and tell me what you think. In the comments, if you want to, what you think is how you're gonna see it. What you think is how you see it, and there's no law on that. I have a song called "The Law of Rap." You can go look it up anywhere on the platform. Black Duck, the Grown Man, "The Law of Rap." Okay, it's just one topic, one segment of it. We could have, if we were in a board meeting, we would have these segments would probably go on for the duration of the company's existence. All right. So it's just one segment of the law of rap. One law. I'm not the police that's going to come put you in jail if you break these laws. But I want you to think of these laws coming from the dynamic of the competitive full contact sport. A lot of you guys got it twisted. A full contact sport is not walking up into somebody's face without being physically, altercated, but saying raps that you think is better than the next guy. I'm going to look at you like you're nuts. I'm going to back up, and I'm going to take your crowd and show them a whole new world, a whole mentality. You'll probably be stuck with your side of the curb mentality and your flashy, what is called punchline rap. That's just, if I'm a snare drum player and the best, and considered the best in the nation like Brigham Young's drum line or somebody like that. First, we're gonna be 10 guys, and between these 10 guys, each one of them can hold his own in front of a drum line. Okay, so we're not gonna have to worry about that when we walk away. We're all Ronins in our state of mind. Okay, masters of the art with no need for a master around. So everybody should be able to hold their own when you're talking about this topic. Skill killing perfection. The art of the skill killer is I could take anybody's verse, and I'm listening to your verse. I'm listening for more of your cadence and your pattern. How cool it sounds over the beat. There's a good chance I don't even care what you're wearing at all. What a lot of these guys are displaying, it doesn't matter to me. It's only what some of these kids like. It's not what all the kids who are doing rap in the world like. They just think that that's what they're supposed to look like. You need to do some research. Rap doesn't look like that. Rap can look like however you want it to look like, but it better start with how talented you are and how much you care about your skill level, how much you practice it and train it, knowing that there's people out here who think like me, knowing that someday you might have to pass my test, knowing that someday, and every day, I'm going to be done listening to you guys, even if it's for 2 or 3 seconds. And I'm going to be done told you and the rest of the people that listen to you where your faults are. And your job, if you cared, will be to go back to the drawing board and clean up your fucking act. Or keep on doing it the way you're doing it. It's just gonna dequalify your own personal skills. That's all. It's going to limit you. It ain't going to limit the rest of the world. It's going to limit you and your circle. It'll make your career and your whatever this is you're calling it, your fun, your hobby, or whatever it is, it's just going to make it be shorter. It's going to put age limits and time limits on it. That's all. You'll just become irrelevant and a non-part of hip-hop or rap existence. Look here, man. I don't care how big the rest of the world is. I know the do's and struggles and the practice and time and sacrifice I put in being a rap or a stage and an entertaining rap artist performer who cared, all while juggling careers, kids, life, families, and homes with things. I couldn't, and I didn't, neither was it my interest though. I wouldn't go out and try to make myself look more than just because the unauthorized control of our hip hop and our rap music has given the culture some bad views, right? And it makes it small when it's huge. It makes it so small, and we're relying on one video with some guy who's cool right then at the moment to save it, to be the telltale of this way. This is so lovely. No, we can't. That can't last. It's just lasting in little pockets. It's fun. It's fun when there's a new song that lasts 2 minutes, and it's cool. But then in 20 minutes, we don't care no more. There will never be another artist who sat there and thought his album the whole way through, the way an album should be made. They brought in the instruments that need to be made. There's a few of you guys that's came out in the last couple of decades that I'm sure you think like this. Your music, your style, your videos, and everything, they reflect it. But the majority of our music has been controlled by an unauthorized entity, I'll just say, and has tried to give our entire culture just too many different critical points to where some people think like this shit in other countries. These motherfuckers look at us and think that, damn, this is how these motherfuckers, they can't. They're inarticulate, they're fucking illiterate, and they're just a bunch of monkeys running around, jumping around with some fucking shiny shit on that. Hey man, this is how people think, and I don't care if you care. You might be a kid who made your first $1 million and you don't care. You're not concerned about what you look like to the rest of the world. You just know what you look like, what's accepted in your hood right down the street. Now I want you to think about a starving kid in Belize. What can you do to contribute to a levee broken in Bangladesh? Okay, interest yourself in things that most of your friends don't think about. Hey, you got $1 million. You ain't got no kids. You might got one. You are in control of your destiny right now. What will you do with it? What will you do with your skills? You got the world listening. Now what are you going to do? Because this just being cool for the minute at the school shows me that you weren't the most popular kid in school. It takes a level of that shit. It takes a level of that shit. It takes a level of that. I mean, you have to have this stuff in you. You can't just, hey man, ooh, look at them dudes over there. I love what they do every day. I ain't gonna go over there no more and hang with them. I'm gonna start doing it myself. That's fine and okay. But I'm gonna do it like this. And then when you start doing it, it's not as good as when you were doing it over there. It doesn't feel right. You are doing what somebody else is doing because you liked it. That's what you're doing. I am doing what I do because I liked it. We loved it. We were building. We wanted to make a point. We were an example. We were responsible. We thought about world events, current events down the street, on the other countries, out of the planet. These are things that will solidify your skill, your culture on all levels, and it will qualify your longevity. It will qualify your passion or your importance for your culture as a whole. When you have a mentality of that, these words you say, you're representing an entire race of people. An entire race first. Because, at the end of the day, it does matter on that. And if there's anything that does matter in rap, it's the unauthorization of infiltration of our culture by just people with one goal in mind. You know what I'm saying? And they will literally block other people with skills. They will block the guys who got skills because they don't want you guys to know. What the fuck they gonna tell you? Hey man, look, we just sold 1 million copies, but this time I want you to go in there and I want you to care about what you're writing, how you're writing it, and I don't want you to have the best lyrics in the world. Have you ever heard that? Have you ever sat down in a room with 4 other of your peers who rap and competed with each other to see who is actually the best at this skill or that skill? You might want to do that. Rap ain't about one guy out in front with 1,000 guys behind him jumping up and down. And the one guy out in front, the only words he said that's even kind of cool is 1 or 2 in every sentence. Or no, 1 or 2 sentences in 4 paragraphs. I'm sorry, it's not rap. There's a lot of things that I'm not going to accept as rap. And I hate to say it, but it is. It's the reason why an art is an art. There's a reason why there are no laws and rules, but there are rules. It's delicate. And the only way you're going to get these rules is to find out from people who think like this, who have to make these forums and then turn around and edit these out to not attack you, still make this shit interesting, and unapologetically go forward with it. Because just like everything I just said, ultimately, if I didn't care if the rest of the world was going to hear this, I would only think that I'm going to hear it in the mirror that I'm looking in the camera. And the few thousands of people that know me and maybe respect my music or have followed it over the years, maybe they'll hear it. I'm not just making, first and foremost, I'm making it for them. They're going to expect it, and I love to do it. But right after that thought, I'm thinking of what's going to happen if somebody is interested in what I'm saying in the Ukraine or in Finland. Because this is the kind of stuff that could be happening, man. Do you guys want to be leaders and controllers of your destiny? Assistant to a positive outlook on the world? Because I do. I don't know what you think. I don't know what they're telling y'all, but don't listen to them. Because, you know, a lot of the guys that came out and like made the flash and the visual thing for all rap in the last couple of decades, where are you? I could probably think of 2 guys out of that whole, there's a bunch of pockets, I would call them. I'm not going to mention any names, but you know who you are. And out of those pockets of 10 rappers that have all these guys that made a couple million overnight. I don't even think then they started making, this is what I noticed. These guys were like not even 23 yet. And they, in their lyrics, they were trying to make it sound like they had lived a triple life. They had lived past 23 3 times. So in essence, these guys were like 60-year-old rappers as far as their mentality, they thought. They weren't 60-year-old rappers. They weren't experienced, qualified rappers, seasonal, experienced. They weren't. They weren't the telltales or the OGs in their specific, what they're trying to say. It's not really making any sense. What they were saying is, what they were trying to say is, since they were only, they're only 16 or 17 now, they got to make the 10, 11, 12-year-olds seem like they were more like 25 and 30 then. You can't have, I don't give a fuck if you're in fucking Brooklyn or wherever the fuck you are, do you think is a war zone, Chicago, Alabama, or Detroit. I don't give a fuck where you think you are, where it's a war zone. It's a war zone everywhere in the world. And you survived because you didn't get killed and now you're doing a rap video. That's not what okay, that's just one aspect of it. Okay, you survived that and now you're on TV and maybe you'll be all right. No, half of your motherfuckers then got halfway through that little bit of fun and I don't know where you are. You ran out of material. Maybe some of them, unfortunately, passed away or got killed. Hey, man, this ain't what rap is about. This ain't what our culture's about. It's not definitely what it's going to fucking qualify the future of our shit. It's not going to solidify the culture and preserve it. These are the things that's important to me. I'm protecting this shit for your asses. So you can go out and make a fucking 2-minute song and make a video with a drone and then tell the rest of the world this is what the rest of black folks look like in this country. I'm not going to let you do that. I'm not going to let you do it. I'm not going to let you do it without saying something about it. You can do it all you want. And one day you're going to go into a room and find out what I was saying when you look around. And that's what it's going to be. But hey, remember, have fun. This is Fun Rap Skills Training 2026. Black Duck the Skill Killer. Check my files. That's a 50-minute fucking video. Damn. Okay, guys, take it easy. I got to edit all that shit out. Are you going to help me do that? And no, it's a passion because I care about the culture. I'm not doing this shit for a name. I have a reputation to uphold. Okay, you don't just go from the best rapper in all your circles, the best lyricist and won all the battles and won all the competitions and shit, to doing nothing. It was a passion of mine. And you can see I still upheld and maintained to raise families and live out my entire career. That's a whole nother lifestyle. But just remember, this was the first thing that I did and was the most important. So my knowledge in it and my experience in it is going to be exceptional. So don't try to discredit it because, oh man, it's just an old cat on there talking about some rap. No, you fucking idiot. You might want to listen. It could teach you something. All right, peace out.